Hey kids, Miss Crystal here. Thank you for joining me for our very first Pages to Projects Summer Edition, our virtual programming. Today we're doing same book, different story. So we have activity kits for you to pick up. So they're creative kits at the front desk, so please stop by and pick them up so you can take them home and enjoy the activities that go along with what I'm reading today. And today, since we're doing same book, different stories, I'm going to do a few different readings on Cinderella. Now, Cinderella was written by the Grimm brothers, and we're going to go ahead and read a little bit of their version, and then we're going to compare it to some other versions, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and start. And this is Cinderella. A rich man's wife became sick, and when she felt that her end was drawing near, she called her only daughter to her bedside and said, "Dear child, remain pious and good, and then our dear God will always protect you, and I will look down on you from heaven and be near you." And with this, she closed her eyes and died. The girl went out to her mother's grave every day and wept, and she remained pious and good. And when winter came, the snow spread a white cloth over the grave. And when the spring sun had removed it again, the man, which is Cinderella's father, took himself another wife. The wife brought 2 daughters into the house with her. They were beautiful with fair faces, but evil and dark hearts. Time soon grew very bad for the poor stepchild, Cinderella. "Why should that stupid goose sit in the parlor with us?" they said. "If she wants to eat bread, then she will have to earn it. Out with this kitchen maid." They took her beautiful clothes away from her, dressed her in old gray smocks, and gave her wooden shoes. "Just look at that proud princess, how decked out she is," they shouted and laughed as they led her into the kitchen. There she had to do work from morning until evening, get up before daybreak, carry water, make the fires, cook and wash. Besides this, the sisters did everything imaginable to hurt her. They made fun of her, scattered peas and lentils into the ashes for her to pick up. In the evening, when she had worked herself weary, there was no bed for her. Instead, she had to sleep by the hearth in the ashes. And because she always looked dusty and dirty, they called her Cinderella. So that's some of Grimm's. I want you to finish reading it. It's very interesting from what we know about Cinderella. Okay, and now I'm going to read a little bit of Cinderedna, another retelling of Cinderella. All right, this one's quite funny. And these books are all available at the library. Cinderedna. Once upon a time, there were 2 girls who lived next door to each other. You may have heard of the first one. Her name was Cinderella. Poor Cinderella was forced to work from morning till night, cooking and scrubbing pots and pans, and picking up after her cruel stepmother and wicked stepsisters. When her work was done, she sat by the cinders to keep warm, thinking about all her troubles. Cinderedna, the other girl, was also forced to work for her wicked stepmother and stepsisters, but she sang and whistled while she worked. Moreover, she learned a thing or two from doing all that housework, such as how to make tuna casserole 16 different ways, and how to get spots off everything from rugs to ladybugs. Edna had tried sitting in the cinders a few times, but it seemed like a silly way to spend time. Besides, it just made her clothes black and sooty. Instead, when the housework was done, she kept warm by mowing the lawn and cleaning parrot cages for the neighbors for $1.50 an hour. She also taught herself to play the accordion. Even with her ragged, sooty clothes, Cinderella was quite beautiful. Edna, on the other hand, wasn't much to look at, but she was strong and spunky and knew some good jokes, including an especially funny one about an anteater from Afghanistan. Now one day, the king announced that he would give a ball and that all the ladies of the land were invited. Cinderella's stepsisters set about choosing what they would wear. All day they ordered Cinderella around as they made their preparations. Edna's stepsisters were excited too. On the evening of the ball, they trimmed their toenails, flossed their teeth. They put on their most beautiful gowns and drove away, leaving Edna behind to clean up after them. Cinderella sat among the cinders and sighed. Oh, how I wish I could have had a fairy godmother who would change these rags into a beautiful gown so that I too could go to the ball. No sooner said than done. Cinderella did have a fairy godmother, and she just happened to be passing by. With a wave of her magic wand, she changed Cinderella's rags into a beautiful gown. On Cinderella's incredibly tiny feet appeared a pair of dainty glass slippers. Edna didn't believe in fairy godmothers. Instead, she had used her cage cleaning money to put a dress on layaway for just these kind of occasions. And my comfortable loafers will be perfect for dancing, she said as she slipped them onto her feet. So that's a little bit of a different telling. And this one's really funny, so I would suggest checking it out. And now we have Interstellar Cinderella. That was really southern. Okay, so we're going to read a little bit of this one, Interstellar Cinderella. Once upon a planetoid, amid her tools and sprockets, a girl named Cinderella dreamed of fixing fancy rockets. She fixed the robot dishwashers and zoom brooms in her care, but late each night she snuck away to study ship repair. One day her wicked stepsisters came dashing in excited. The Prince's Royal Space Parade, our family is invited. I wish that you could come, my dear. Alas, no room. Although, why don't you fix that broken ship and fly it to the show? My toolbox, cried Cinderella. We're stranded here, I guess. But Murgatroyd the mouse set out a cosmic SOS. I'm here, your fairy god robot. I'll make your brand new tools. You need a spaceship, or spacesuit of two, of course, atomic blue with jewels. This power gem will speed your ship across the starry sky. It only lasts till midnight. After that, your ship won't fly. Oh, thank you, Cinderella says. She quickly fixed the rocket, then tucked the sonic socket wrench inside her spacesuit pocket. She zoomed past stars and nebulas and parked beside a moon. The space parade was glorious. Each starship made her swoon. At last the royal ship approached. Her heart was filled with yearning. The ship of Cinderella's dreams. But heaven, what was burning? The prince's spaceship jerked and hissed and spewed a cloud of grit. The prince hopped out. Oh, blast, what now? My chief mechanic quit. But Interstellar Cinderella knew just what to do. She zip-zapped with her socket wrench. The ship was good as new. The prince invited her aboard. Last stop, Galactic Hall. He said, I hope you'll join me for the gravity-free ball. Now, that one's really cute, too. A spaceship Cinderella. And then the very last one we're going to read, and then we're going to do our craft afterwards. And I'll explain to you about our creativity kit you can pick up. And this one is just Cinderella. And it's based on the old telling. Okay. Cinderella. Once upon a time, there was a gentleman who took for his second wife the proudest and haughtiest woman that had ever been seen. She had 2 daughters who were just like her in every way, bad disposition and all. The husband had a young daughter of his own, but she was sweet and good. She took after her mother, who had been the best in the world. The marriage ceremony was hardly over when the stepmother's temper flared up. She could not abide this young girl whose goodness made her own daughter seem more hateful than ever. She gave her the vilest household task. It was Cinderella who scoured the pots and scrubbed the stairs, Cinderella who polished the bedchamber of the madame, and also those of her daughters. Cinderella slept on a wretched straw pallet in a miserable garret away from up in the top of the house. Her sisters lay on beds of the latest fashion in fine chambers with inlaid floors and great mirrors in which they could admire themselves from the tops of their silly heads to the bottom of their silly feet. The poor girl put up with everything. She dared not complain, even to her father. He would only have scolded her because, alas, he was tied hand and foot to his wife's apron strings. When her work was done, Cinderella would creep to the chimney corner and sit there in the ashes, earning for herself the nickname Cinderseat. But her younger stepsister, who was not quite so rude as the elder sister, gave her the name Cinderella. And Cinderella she was. In spite of her rags, however, Cinderella was 100 times more beautiful than her sisters. Okay, and that's that. I hope you enjoyed these different readings. I hope you'll check out the different stories and check them out, read them for yourself and see all the differences. And please come by the library, pick up your activity kit so you can do our activities and our craft based on these books. I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye. Okay, kids, this is your activity pack, your creativity kit, your take and make that you can pick up at the library for our same book, different story, pages to projects. So inside, you'll find a few little things. Okay, you're going to have some Spot the Difference activity kit or activity sheets for Cinderella. That's what we did today. There's going to be Spot the Differences. You just have to find the difference between the two photos and find those and circle them. And then you're going to have Create Your Own Glass Slipper. And it's going to have some goodies in the bag. I have a few things here that we're going to use today. And then I just want you to get creative at home. Use your crayons, your markers, your paints, whatever you have at home. You got some glittery stickers to use, and decorate this slipper however you would like. And if you want to bring it to us so we can display it in the library, you can do that, or you can keep it at home and just send us a picture of it. Okay? So I'm going to just decorate mine real quick.
Okay, so I have my blank shoe and my gel pens and my little sparkly stickers, and I'm just going to color my shoe however I see fit. Ha! Yeah, fit. So anyway, whatever you have at home, if you have paints, if you have crayons, if you have markers, gel pens, whatever you got, just decorate your shoe nice and pretty. Make sure you cover all the spots that you can. You know, Miss Crystal likes all the white covered and lots of color everywhere. So that's what I did. I just colored. And here I am still coloring. And more color. And anyway, I can't wait to see your shoes. I hope that you will send me some pictures, or that you'll bring them in and we'll put them up on display here in the library. I hope you stop by and get your kits. We have several here, but it is first come, first serve. We only have so many made. So if you want one, come and get it ASAP. And they'll be available as soon as this video is posted. And I'm almost done coloring this shoe. It takes a while. But as soon as I'm done, I'm going to use some of my little art supplies, and you'll have some art supplies in your creative kit when you pick it up. And here I am putting my little sparkly stickers. Who doesn't like sparkly stickers? And placing those on my shoe. And voila! Well, I'm adding the last few details. And it is done.